I guess you're more of an optimist than I am. But of course. Belle smiles as though it should go without any saying, toying with a strand of her hair. You don't live for as long as I have if you're a pessimist. Pessimists are more likely to give up without even trying. That's true, Belle. It's only by clinging to a positive attitude, no matter how adverse your circumstances, that you can overcome the doubt and the worry and the fear to be reborn again and again and again. I love being alive, you know. There's so much to see and do, no matter what you humans say. I don't think I'll ever tire of living, as long as there are people like you in this world. But Belle, by your own logic, if I'm a pessimist, right? And you're saying as long as there's people like me in the world, you can continue to be an optimist. I mean, if everybody was an optimist, there would be no pessimism, right? But then, by that own standard, there would be no baseline for optimism either. So there would be no more optimists. Everybody would just be gray. Everybody would be the same sort of just melancholy, wouldn't they, Belle? So really, people like you need people like me, Belle. Need people to stare at you and be pessimistic, you bitch. Belle stands there by the river, still clad in her silly school uniform. However, under her light blue sky, she looks strangely celestial, almost like a devil, like an elegant figure in a painting, a relic of bygone years, now lost to the annals of time. When she talks like this, without her typical childish inflections and light-hearted teasing, she sounds as old as she says she is, wiser too. Far smarter than me. I mean, is being an optimist really that smart? I mean, just because you can tell people, hey, just fucking be happy, it doesn't make you wiser, right? The water ripples slowly, dark blue. Oil on a canvas. Oh. I really do love you, Robin. I didn't just kiss you for a cheap thrill or some perverse entertainment, though that certainly was part of it. I did it because I wanted you to know how how I feel. I've loved you for so long, ever since you tried to save me. I didn't have a voice back then, you know, because I was a cat, so I couldn't tell you how I felt, but I thought it every single day for the last 30 years. It's what kept me from going insane. Are you sure it kept you from going insane? You belong to me now. Are you sure it kept you from going insane? I don't want anybody else to have... Are you sure? Are you sure now, Belle? I am a very possessive person, and I don't like sharing. Robin. Oh no. Belle takes a step forward, crushing the scrubby undergrowth beneath the soles of her dark black shoes. She cups my face with her hands and peers into my soul. My soul! Oh no, the world's going black. I'm dying. She feels even closer to me now than she did at the fucking ice cream parlor. Maybe it's because we're all alone on this bridge. Oh no, there's nobody to come between us. Just my own guilty conscience and ghostly thoughts. But I soon brush those aside, like a child asking for food. The rapid beating of my heart dispels all doubts. I have to fuck this cat girl. I think I have to fuck this legal-age cat girl. I feel my eyelids falling shut, as though compelled by some greater force. Maybe it's because I've grown up on cheesy Hollywood romances that dictate during kissing scenes both participants must close their eyes. This is probably quite bad. Against my better judgment, I think I might be falling for her, this demon devil. And no, it's not just because of her devil demon. It's not every day a man hears a confession that sounds quite as sincere as this. Belle's right. My heart really does belong to her. From the moment you tried to save me, our destinies became interlinked. You've already committed to me, Robin. You can't escape now. Just try to leave me if you dare. I'll drag you back each and every time. Oh no. She's reaching pretty good stalker. Oh no! Ah! Ah! And where the hell have you been, Robin? Out fucking cats? I was not looking forward to returning home after my rendezvous with Belle, and this is exactly the reason why. Sally sits at the kitchen table, her arms folded, one leg crossed over the other. You know, Robin, how could you ever be a good serial killer if your wife is going to hassle you for being like an hour and a half late? It's going to take longer than an hour and a half to, like, dismember a body, Robin. Jesus Christ. She'd be looking in the fucking shed in the backyard, too. Find all your kill tools. God, Sally. She glares at me, her eyes narrowed into slits. I'm not even gonna comment on that. Given her pose, coupled with what looks like the look on her face, she could very well be a judge on The Apprentice with Trump. I wonder if she'll tell me that I'm fired, like Trump would. Fired from being her husband, like Trump would say. Look, I am sorry, Sally.
Sorry? You're sorry? You think you could just sorry, and that will set everything right, do you?
No, of course not. I was caught up with work. Which is a complete and utter lie, but Sally doesn't need to know that. God, imagine if Sally went to the fucking ice cream shop with our daughter. Well, or rather, I don't want Sally to know that. But I think she sees through me. Though her eyes aren't quite as large and piercing as Belle's, Sally has always been fairly astute. Have you done this kind of thing before, Robin? Have you, like, been seduced by cat girls in the past? Is this why your wife is so fucking on edge?
Work, of course. Let me guess. It was another meeting, was it?
I want to retort with a defensive I really was at a meeting yesterday, but I know I can't. That would only confirm the fact that this time I wasn't at a meeting at all. Oh god. Instead, I bite down on my lower lip, unable to say anything. Sally, you're gonna kill me. I don't have any words to plaque to Sally because they're all lies. I know, and I'm pretty sure Sally does too. Well, what would you say in this situation, right? Like, what would you tell your wife? That there's a fucking cat that you saved as a child and you didn't really have to, but you did, and then it turns out now it's a cat girl that wants to fuck you? You know? I don't know what the fuck. She's my wife. We've been married for more than 15 years. I should respect her more than that. I don't like lying. I never have. Oh, I've never done ever since I was a kid, but I can't help myself. In this situation, the truth would sound far more ridiculous. Exactly! The truth sounds completely asinine. Like, she's not going to believe that it's a cat girl, first of all. I'm sorry, I was just having an emotional encounter with a reincarnation of my great-aunt Clarice's pet cat. Like Sally would fucking believe that shit.
I thought you were going to make more of an effort, Robin. Didn't you promise Melly you were going to go out tomorrow?
That's right, I did, and I haven't forgotten, Sal.
Well, that's great. It's great that you haven't forgotten about your daughter. Do you want me to give you a round of applause? Maybe a standing ovation?
Do you want me to give you a drop kick to the ovaries, you stupid cunt? You want to shut the fuck up? Huh, Sally? Look, don't be like that. I already told you things have been pretty hectic. I'm kind of stressed out. But, you know, I do want to go out. I want us to have fun together like a family. Why do you gotta be such a bitch, Sally?
A family, huh? You have a funny way of showing it.
Wow, yeah, it's because I'm a guy, Sally. It's almost as if you're the mother, and we have a daughter, and you're both female, and you both have a certain way of looking at things, and I'm a dude, and I look at things in a completely different fucking way, Sally. Doesn't it come with territory? Stoic, distance, bad with feelings? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, you know? All that kind of bullshit. I don't hear society telling you to woman up, Sally, so why don't you shut the fuck up?
Don't think you can get away with your behavior by spouting Victorian gender politics. Next you'll be telling me about separate spheres of straight lacing, and then I might really have to hit you.
What the fuck are you talking about? What is wrong with you, bitch? Please don't. As a primary school teacher, I don't condone physical abuse.
Huh.
Sally harumphs haughtily. But, so is that like capital punishment kind of shit? Like hitting your kids for doing something wrong? Is that what you mean? Because, I mean, do you not punish your kids at all, Sally? Do you think perhaps your lack of any sort of, I don't know, punishment in this household has led to our daughter being a closed-in introvert that locks herself in a room and is just a moody piece of shit like you? You ever think of that, Sally? No, but it's my fault for going out and working every day. But I think the silly comments are able to slip through the cracks in her armor. At least she looks a little calmer now. Mollyfold. I wonder where her words came from in this scenario. Would I be more correct in saying Sally-fied?
By the by, Melly said where she wanted to go.
It's gonna be the fucking ice cream shop. It's gonna be the fucking ice cream shop. It's gonna be that goddamn ice cream shop. It's gonna be that fucking ice cream shop. She did, huh? I must admit, I'm a little surprised. I promised Melly I'd take her out tomorrow, but I wasn't entirely expecting her to take me up on the offer. Maybe she has more faith in me than I thought.
Yes, she did, and you'll have... You would have known that yourself, Robin, if you'd been back in time for dinner.
I'm sorry. Guilty as charged. What was for dinner, by the way?
Pork chops. I left yours in the microwave. It'll be cold by now, but I could hardly do anything about that.
Yes, Sally. Food gets cold over time. That's completely reasonable. Why don't you shut the fuck up? It's alright. I never asked you to become a Time Lord. Like, Doctor Who. I just want it warmed up. No trouble. Sally's lips quirk again at my comment, though she tries to keep her inadvertent smile under control.
I hate it when you do that, Robin. Try to be reasonable.
Do what?
Being reasonable. Tell jokes like that. It makes it infuriatingly difficult to stay angry with you, even when I know I should be.
Alright, then don't be angry. Please, let's not. Not when we're going out tomorrow. Oh God, is Sally coming with us to the ice cream parlor? Oh God. Sally inhales heavily and shakes her head.
Alright, fine.
For someone who can be such a bungler with words, I can be surprisingly smooth at times, like good old fucking smooth peanut butter, Smooth like peanut butter, Robin. Skippies. So where did Melly say she wanted to go?
Where do you think? What are Melly's fondest memories?
How the fuck am I supposed to know? Oh my God. Leave it to a woman. Alright, so where do you want to go? I don't know. Not our holidays to Whitebees?
Whitebees more like.
We used to go there a lot during the summers and holidays. Sally and Melly and I, but Mother Nature was against us and tried to murder us a couple times with the rain. I don't know how we got to go sunbathing once. Well, that's England for you. Why we thought we could sunbathe in England, I don't know. I don't think Whitby would be Whitby if there weren't under constant cloud of rain. No wonder that annual goth festival takes place up there. Does it now? Annual goth festival in England in Whitby. I may have to go partake. I can't think of a better place for dark, gloomy people than dark, gloomy Whitby. I should probably go move to Whitby. Yeah. Go move to Whitby. Legal-aged goth chicks, For some reason, Melly was always loved going to Whitby. Of course she did. She liked examining the ruined chapel, meandering through the cobblestone streets, and rifling through all the tacky little gift shops. Oh, man. The fact she never got to swim didn't seem to bother her. Probably because Melly doesn't actually know how to swim. Why does this family not know how to swim? Sally and I kept saying we'd take her to the local leisure center when she was younger, but neither of us ever got around to it. Hey, by the way, pro tip, if you're suicidal and you don't want to kill yourself, just never teach yourself how to swim. Inevitably, one day you'll probably drown. And it won't be your fault, right? In any case, I don't condone that, by the way. Please don't do that. I think Melly would have enjoyed Whitby far less if we ever did manage to make it onto the beach. We went to Cornwall a couple of times in the past, and Melly never appreciated the warm beaches or bright blue waves nearly as much as she did being bundled up in her pink anorak pelt by the rain. What a contrary girl! I guess she's pretty dark and gloomy herself. As if all the self-harm didn't tell us that. If she self-harm, it's your fault, Sally. I'm just saying. It's not my fault. Alright? You're the big influence here. You're the big parent around these parts. Always trying to one-up me and shit.
That's right. Melly loves Whitby, as well as cutting herself and listening to Billie Eilish. It's one of her favorite places.
Well, that's a humble enough wish. Whitby isn't too far away. Only an hour or so, give or take. Right, so if our sweetheart wants to get, oh no, ew. Oh no, Robin! If our sweetheart wants to get wet in Whitby, she can get wet in Whitby. I have no qualms about that. Why'd you have to say it like that, Robin? Jesus! We might want to think about packing an umbrella or two, though. Robin, it's all about the raincoats. You gotta pack Jimmy's, son. It never hurts to be prepared. Ugh.
Robin, you're gross. You're a gross man, Robin. And it's Saturday. It's the 15th of Saturday. No. The fucking black cat. Oh, Sally.